Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, the 16th of October. 5 more days, and I am officially 49 years of age. And I will tell you this much, after the week I've had, I feel older. Let me get y'all up to speed. Monday, I had off, and I had come in here and did a video. But because Monday I ended up getting caught up in doing stuff around the house and getting active around the house and all the basic things that I had planned on doing Monday, I forgot to upload the video. And then not Tuesday. Tuesday evening, I accidentally deleted that without putting it on YouTube. So, oops, my bad. But in my defense, between getting busy with everything on Monday and then the way Tuesday was, and I'll explain Tuesday here in a second, that kind of happens. So this video will be a little bit of a long one, and I apologize in advance because I have a lot to get out. So basically over the weekend, before Monday, work was busy, and I would come home and just either help make dinner or veg out or whatever. And then Monday came, I did the video, and then Tuesday came. Tuesday is when I accidentally deleted the video instead of putting it on YouTube. But Tuesday was a very different and exceptional day. Now, my schedule for the most part is work Tuesday, Wednesday, have Thursday off, work Friday nights. Well, this week I had Thursday and Friday off. So I'm not having to work today. So today is going to be another around the house day. And then it works Saturday, Sunday mornings. Now, Tuesday, I went into work. I knew who I was going to work with, and I have no problem with the people I work with. But I also know Tuesday is truck day, was when we get our deliveries. And it was a pretty big one because we've been selling more food because we've been getting busier during the daytime and somewhat at nighttime. Last week was a dead week, and I think this week was the reason why this week was busy is because it was pay week for a lot of people. So a lot of people had money, but we did everything we were supposed to do. Me and my one coworker, because the supervisor, boss, however you want to put her, switch days. So she'd work Wednesday and have Tuesday off. She had to have Tuesday off or something, I don't know. But I'm looking at the schedule going, okay, oh, wait a minute. Only one person's coming in at nighttime because the person who came in for the supervisor position decided to do a double so she can have Thursday off. Personal family business. We talk to each other, so we all know each other's business pretty much. But I'm not going to air it because it's not my place. But she decided to do a double, and the person who was supposed to come in to take my position as cashier, co-worker position, however you want to put it, crew member. That's where I'm looking for, crew member. Well, the person who was supposed to come in supposedly switched days with another person who never showed up. So at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that person never showed up, and we did a mad scramble to try to figure out who was supposed to do what to who. I ended up doing a double, which, yeah, it kind of was exhausting, even though thankfully we weren't that busy. But here, I'll tell you the fun part in a second. But anyhow, it was phone tag between Lisa, who was the person who decided to do a double, took the double, That was her decision. I took the double, even though it wasn't really. It was kind of like not forced upon me because the fact that I could have been like, I can't stay. I got to do other stuff at the house. But I stayed, made 4 extra hours worth of income, and when the dust settled and we figured it was a combination of miscommunication and basically the person who was supposed to come and just didn't do a follow up. Called the boss, said that she called us. She never did. The only phone calls we got the whole night were orders, people ordering food. We didn't get a call saying, "Hey, I'm not going to show up because I made arrangements with so and so to do the job." And even the person that she supposedly made arrangements with, they didn't talk. It was a voice message left on the other person's phone. Which, I'm sorry, if you're gonna ask this person to take your night, you don't leave a voice message. You make sure you talk directly to that person so they know what's going on. But they're young kids. They're, young and, as I used to say about myself, young and dumb. I hate using that term though because it just is not very friendly. But y'all understand what I mean by that. I mean, I'm not trying to say that they're dumb. I'm just saying that you're young, you get excited about doing other things or whatever, and you just don't follow. I don't know if I want to call it common sense anymore, because I don't think common sense exists anymore. But they're just not following up, because it's like if you had a feeling or suspicion that the person wasn't going to show up and do your job, you need to be the one showing up and doing your job, or finding somebody that you talk to directly. Don't play the phone tag. Phone tag is just, this whole idea about leaving messages when you're asking for time off or something like that is just, I anyhow, I did the double, and me and Lisa basically, we busted our butts to clean up the store. There was a catering order that was supposed to be picked up at like 11 in the morning, like minutes after we opened up the store. So what me and Lisa did was we cleaned up the whole store. We did everything for the catering order except for the hot food. So basically that, because you do hot food and it's going to sit for over 12 hours, 12, 14, 15 to 16 hours in a warmer, that food's going to dry up and just be not really that palatable. But we got the sauces ready, the forks, the silverware, the plates, the coleslaw, the potato salad, all the stuff that can sit without drying up or whatever. So when Debbie got in Wednesday morning, all she had to do was cut up the meat. Well, I came in because I was supposed to be there Wednesday morning. I did 10, almost 11 hours the day before, but I still came in. I was hurting like all get out. Debbie knew it. Debbie was very thankful and very appreciative of the fact that she didn't have to do anything when she came in Wednesday morning except for start the catering order and get the store ready to serve people. And that takes maybe 30 minutes just to set up the sauces, set up the steam table, the cold table, sauces, teas. She didn't have to worry about cleaning or stocking or any of that stuff that can be done the night before. It should be done the night before. Does not always get done the night before. But I looked at Debbie and said, "Hey," actually Debbie looked at me and said, "I should have you and Lisa close from now on." And I just went, "Sure." Just have me come in at like noon or 12 noon or 2 p.m. That way I get at least 6 to 8 hours instead of 4 hours, because most of the time they only get 4 to 5 hours when they close, because 6 on Friday and Saturday. Because usually the closing person who's on block, which is where we cut our meats, and usually that person's in charge, they usually come in at like 3 or 4. And Sunday through Thursday, we close the store at 8 p.m., so they're only getting like 4 to 5 hours. Jerry Ann actually made a suggestion yesterday that I contemplated, and I think I'm going to talk to Debbie about. Because Jerry suggested have Debbie work me like 3 to 4 days at from open to close, basically double shifts, 3 days. That's 30 hours right there. 3 days at 10 hours a day. And she'll have at least one person who can do the job. And I was like, that'd be awesome, because it's like, work me Tuesday, a double. Give me Wednesday off, have me work Thursday a double. Give me Friday off, have me work Saturday a double. And then I have basically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday off. And then Sunday off. Give me, I would love that. Those 3 days might be a little rough, but I've done it before. I can probably do it again, as long as I get a day in between, so I have a little bit of downtime, then do some stuff around the house. Get up at a decent hour, do some stuff around the house, and then spend the evening just resting. But I came in after Tuesday, and it was kind of interesting, because once we got done playing phone tag with Debbie, her last message was, "Oh my God, thank you both so much for staying and doing your job and covering. Get yourself something to eat for free, and get yourself something to eat on the house instead of the usual 50% off. It was like free." I just kind of went, because I was joking around, but wasn't joking at the same time. Me and barbecue, especially if it's really good barbecue, like I have at my job, I'm not lying, it's really good barbecue. I can sit down and eat a pound worth of meat and not even look back. I did not eat a pound of meat. I ate maybe half a pound. I didn't really weigh up that chicken breast that I had, but I ate a chicken breast and some potato salad, and I was satisfied. It got me through the rest of the day. But Wednesday morning, I was joking with Debbie about it, because I was like, "Debbie, you should not have said that. We can have a free, free whatever we want for free." And she was like, "Why?" I said, "Well, I could have easily sat down and eat a full pound worth of meat plus a side dish." And she was like, "Well, did you?" I'm like, "No, I just had a chicken breast and some potato salad." She's like, "Oh, at least you got something." I'm like, "Yeah. When you said free, that's all I had to hear." Granted, she was like, "Oh yeah, you earned it. You stayed extra. You didn't have to stay. Blah blah blah." And I'm just like, you hired me to do a job. Now, if that means I have to stay a full day just to cover somebody else, that's part of the job. It might not say it on a contract, but I signed on the dotted line to do work. To do what you expect of me. That's all that matters. Which I was happy about. Which brings me to a Bible verse, which I will do at the end of the day. So I'll try to remember that Bible verse. But if I don't, it's basically Proverbs 10:4. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. But anyhow, Wednesday I came in and she had the catering order. We started a catering order that came in early in the morning for for 11:30, and we got pretty busy. It was pretty steady, but we got everything done. And I don't go back to work until tomorrow. But yesterday I had the day off as well. I don't know why I'm opening that. I don't open that until after coffee. So Thursday, what we did was we went into St. Louis to help my aunt out with a couple we go up there as a shopper and help her out with things. She was having computer issues, a light bulb issue. She wanted us to help her out with changing her winter wardrobe from her closet, putting the summer away and bringing the winter out. So we did that. Dre stopped in at a Dollar Tree there in St. Louis because every Dollar Tree, they're not all the same. They don't have 100% the same stuff. We can find some stuff in our Dollar Trees around here that a couple of Dre-Ann's viewers and people that she communicates with on a regular basis can't find in their area. She found some good stuff. Actually, we found three different ornament styles that borderline on Norwegian, what I think is Norwegian in style, because of their print, their colors, their design. That, in fact, we found a sign that says "Know Me for Christmas," and it's got like a little 3D gnome on it. Well, gnomes were being used, or the idea of gnomes were being used in Norwegian culture as, they had three different uses that I can remember off the top of my head, and I'm hoping somebody else can prove me right or tell me exactly what my brain is not remembering. But gnomes were used to be put in gardens to protect the gardens from would-be ravagers. Usually not would-be ravagers as in people or animals, but mostly they were like used kind of like, I'm just going to stop because I can't remember. And I don't want to lead you down a false path. But garden gnomes are cute. I think they're cute. I mean, I'll take that back. I had one or two in my flower garden, my flower bush. And, well, they either got broken because the person who was doing my lawn didn't pay any attention to them, or I think one of them actually went missing, like it was stolen, like somebody took it off out of my flower garden. Which I think is about the same time that the Rosalia bush started dying. Because my garden gnomes weren't in place. That's my theory. I don't know why they started dying. I don't know if it was because the garden gnomes got broken or stolen or what, but I have two that somebody sent us. I think it was Dre-Ann's friend sent us, that I'm not going to show because they're slightly inappropriate. It's probably one of the reasons why I can't put them outside either. I'm not going to show them to you, but I'm going to tell you what they look like. One of them looks like a female gnome, and gnomes are a little pudgy, a little chunky. But anyhow, this one looks like it's trying to do a pole dance or something like that, and the other one looks like an old man trying to flash people. That's why I'm not going to show them to you, because I mean, if you saw the full picture, yeah, little inappropriate for the chance of kids seeing it, even though they're funny as all get out. But the thing is our friend, when they sent it to us, it was like both of them were in their individual boxes because you had to unwrap the boxes, and one of them said Jim, the old man flashing, and the other one said Dre-Ann, which was the one trying to do pole dancing. And we got a laugh. We laughed. We got a really big chuckle over it. But I was just kind of like, I'm sorry, but those fit us to a T. I'm a crazy old man. She's the anyhow. Um, but Thursday we went into St. Louis and we helped out my aunt. We did some visiting. We went to the Dollar Tree for Jerry Ann and her channel, and for dinner on the way home at like 8:30 in the evening time. We grabbed ourselves a treat, which we don't get that often because the only Chick-fil-A here in Rolla is in the college. It's part of the food service court in the college's dining hall. What do they call it? The Havner Center or something like that? Anyhow, if you live in Rolla or you know S&T, you know what I'm talking about. But yesterday, all in all, was a good day. The usual, I've been having trouble getting to sleep before 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if that's caffeine consumption too late in the evening time or excitement, or I start playing games a little too late because I want Jerry Ann to have the option, or yeah, the option to watch TV until at least 10 p.m. Last night was closer to 11:30 because we got home. We got home close to 11 p.m. So she wanted to watch her favorite YouTubers. Especially, well, I know she watched the Fries because she loves she loves the Fries. She loves corresponding with. She corresponds both text message, and once in a blue moon they talk to each other on the phone. Mary Fry is a really special lady. She's gone through a lot of stuff in her life, and she's come out the other end. I mean, now that she doesn't have as many health issues and whatnot, she still has to monitor her health. But dealing with CF all her life and other physical health issues because of her medical problems, she's a very inspiration for Jerry, especially right now. Try not to get emotional, but yeah. And so we got home last night about 11ish, a little bit after 11. We have stopped by one of our grocery stores on the way home to pick up a few little things before they closed at 11. I got myself 2 yogurts, got some keto ice cream for Jerry Ann, and creamer. Some French vanilla creamer because she was out. It's that time of the year. It's basically regular, the base, the coffee itself is just regular coffee because I tried a couple years ago to mix coffee flavored, or pumpkin flavored coffee with pumpkin spice flavored creamer. Now that was like overboard, and I couldn't, it was just too much. Not too much pumpkin because I love my pumpkin, but pumpkin flavored coffee. That coffee bitterness compared to the sweetness of the coffee, to the pumpkin itself, did not mix well as coffee. But just plain straight up coffee or any flavor but pumpkin coffee, like no, I didn't have the pumpkin spice creamer by the time I finished that coffee. But I will make myself a cup of regular coffee and basically drown the coffee in pumpkin spice creamer. Jayan got me a thing of just regular, not sugar-free, but just regular pumpkin spice coffee. And I'll tell you what, I'm thinking that sugar-free was a whole lot better than the stuff that I'm drinking now. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But my aunt, I love her to bits, but because of the fact that she does not have as much connection with people anymore. She used to have little soirees or get-togethers with some of the ladies from her old church. But a lot of those ladies have either moved out of the area or, unfortunately, one of them, I think, passed away. So she does not have contact with people as much as she used to. Not even her own kids, which is sad. My Aunt Sue, she's basically retired, divorcee, with 2 kids who are roughly my age. I call them the 5 of us from my mom's side of the family because we're all within the same age. Janet is the oldest. She's probably about 51 now. Then would have been Michelle, who is about 6 months older than I am. Then there's me. Then there's my cousin Joel, who's 6 months younger, and then Philip, is it Philip and Joel? I can't remember which of the 2 came first, Philip or Joel, but they're anywhere from 6 months to a year younger than I am. Now, Michelle passed away mid-2000s from cancer. Janet is tall, slender, a vegan. Not that that concerns me. I don't mind the fact that I don't care what her dietary lifestyle is. Philip is an auto salesman in Ohio, and Joel is one of the senior sportscasters or sportscaster production crew members, whatever you want to call it, down in Florida or someplace like that. Now, Janet and Joel are brother and sister, Sue's kids. Joel's down in Florida. He went down there work-wise. He was living here in Missouri for a while, got himself a job in one of the major networks, sportscasting, whatever. He and I have some interesting discussions when we get together, which is a rarity nowadays, about sports. I'm not a big sports fan, but I joke about football because I'm like, this is football? Football is called soccer in Europe, or football here in America is soccer in Europe, but Europe has rugby. Now, if anybody has ever watched rugby compared to American football, they'll understand what I'm about to say. American football, you got big, tough, bulky dudes, for the most part, chasing after a pigskin or a football, however you want to call it. They have padding, helmets, basically the equivalency of armor under their jersey. They got that much kind of protection on their bodies. Where's the guy with the baseball bat? Where's the guy chasing around with a big stick? I don't understand that. Because you look at rugby, which is essentially the European version of American football, but there's a difference. The difference is there is no armor. There is no padding. And most rugby players will tell you, if I don't come off the field without a scratch, bruise, or bleeding, I didn't play the game right. Now, Liz from the UK will probably understand that better than I do. I watch both football and rugby, and I'll tell you what, I'd rather watch rugby over American football. Most people in sports who get that big paycheck, if you're getting that amount of money, you shouldn't be wearing no freaking padding. You should be like the Europeans. Well, take that padding off and actually, earn that money. Not just chase a ball around, earn that money. Now, I know a lot of you will argue that they are earning that money. The amount of physical damage that they do to their body with all that padding on, rugby players probably aren't even making as much as the American football player is. And they got no padding on. They got a cup. They got enough padding on to protect the family jewels. That's it. But I'll Yeah, it's just funny. I think people who sit there and cheer on like these football players here in America, I'm just kind of like, really? I am pretty sure that you could take a couple of these American football players, strip them of their padding and whatnot, and send them on the field to play against the rugby team. Um, the rugby people are going to be going, "Hey, you guys are a bunch of pansies. You need what?" But and then football, or not football, basketball. And it's just as bad as football. Not the fact that they're getting paid a lot of money or anything like that, but rugby compared to most American sports is more interesting because the fact they're basically chasing after a white ball that looks like a elongated football or soccer ball. Um, they can get bloody, they can get bruised, they can get beat down. I mean, they can. I mean, half the team most of the time. Well, I shouldn't say half, but a number of the team members on both sides by the end of the game are limping off the field, but they're not getting rushed to the hospital for smacking into each other like some of the football players I've seen. Um, baseball. Baseball is interesting because the idea is to hit the ball as hard as you can to get it as far outfield as possible so you can run around a diamond. Well, it's better than running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on the same field. At least you're running trying to get from one point to another without getting tagged out. It's like a cross between tag and organized running. Um, Basically, baseball is not really the equivalency of cricket, but it's a lot more interesting than cricket. Soccer. Well, it doesn't matter what country or what. Soccer is soccer. You have a certain set of rules and regulations. You can't touch that ball with your hands unless you're the goalie, and you got to get it from one side of the field to the other, and hoping you can get it in the opposing team's net to score a point. And I've watched some soccer players, and they have some interesting moves. I watched some of these soccer players use their face to cause the ball to go back the other direction, or some of the it was a South American. It was either Brazil or Mexico. They had a player on their team that was really acrobatic. He can literally jump into the air, do a backflip, and kick the ball in whatever direction he wanted to go into. That was like amazing. When I saw that, I just kind of went, "Whoa!" These guys are getting creative to play this game. Why am I talking about sports? I don't know. It just popped in my head. Um, I think about the most interesting American Canadian sport that I've ever watched because of the fact that they get into some pretty hefty brawls on the rink is hockey. Hockey is a dangerous game because you've got ice skates that are razor sharp blades, and I don't know. Well, I don't know if they're razor sharp, but they're blades of one form or another. You've got this hooked stick that you can basically trip somebody with, chasing after a puck that's hard as a rock. My nephew was interested. Two of my nephews were into hockey when I knew them, in their younger age, their pre to teenage years. And one of them had hockey equipment, and yeah, okay, some like the goalie has the padding. I would want some padding too when that puck could be flying through the air at who knows how many miles per hour, and that thing is a solid piece of whatever it's made out of. That could be an interesting game. I've seen a couple games, watched a couple of different games. Islanders, um, versus I don't know who they played half the time, but chasing after that puck, trying to go from one end of a rink to another end at fairly decent speeds. You can trip, fall, get hurt, stepped on, ran over, slammed into guard guard wall. Pretty dangerous. And it's becoming well, I don't know if it's becoming a worldwide thing, but I know it's in the U.S. Olympics. At least I thought it was. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things out there that some people go bonkers over. There's fans who are like die-hard fans. Well, I never understood that with sports or understood anything like that until, well, I didn't understand what a fan was. Put it that way. I always considered myself an enthusiast when it came to like the Renaissance Fair back in Arizona in my teens and early 20s. My ElfQuest collection, and ElfQuest is a graphic novel that I started way back in the. They came out in the late 70s, and I started collecting their books and whatnot in the late 80s, early 90s. Sometime after my father passed away, because my father was not a big proponent or a big comic fan. I mean, he'd read the Sunday comics. He would watch Looney Tunes, the old Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes, back when I was a kid, with me on Saturday mornings. Y'all remember Saturday morning cartoons? I think that's kind of died out. But yeah, I mean, I used to do a lot of different things that I didn't realize it made me a fan. ElfQuest, various types of cartoons when I was growing up. My Dungeons and Dragons when I got into that. Collecting various books. So now I can sit there and go, yeah, okay, I understand what a fan is, because I'm still a fan of ElfQuest. Excuse me, something's like stuck to my. Oh, it's not stuck. That's a scab. Excuse me. My fandom of ElfQuest, my fandom of Dungeons and Dragons, my fandom of the Renaissance era, my fandom of Assassin's Creed, the video game. Yeah, I realized, okay, yeah, I'm a fan of things. Sports, no, I'm not a big fan of sports. My job has two big screen TVs, and usually, if Debbie, the supervisor, sets up the TVs to play stuff, it's usually on a sports channel. So every so often I catch a game of some sort. I don't really pay attention to them because I'm more focused on my job. I know a few coworkers that work nights would stand there and watch TV and forget about the customers. You know, but life is full of interesting things. I'll tell you that much. Today, well, I woke up on my. I had my alarm set to go off at 10. I woke up on my own because I was starting to hurt, and when I start to hurt in certain ways, I have trouble sleeping. So I got up. As I was getting up, Jerry goes, "Oh, it's time to get up," and I said, I looked at her, I said, "You don't have to get up. Let me go do my thing. I'll wake you up." And she was like, "Well, I got work to do," and I said, "Well, you can get up if you want to. I'm just saying you don't have to." And she was telling me that she had trouble sleeping last night. Well, she's been having trouble sleeping the last couple of nights because she has, and we don't know what it is, and I want her to go see a doctor, but she's not too worried about it, is she's been having on her, I think it's her right side. Yeah, her right side. She's been having like neck and shoulder cramps. And some of them are to the point where she's having trouble lifting her arms or jerking her arm. If she jerks her arm too fast, it hurts. And I keep on telling her to call the doctor. Call the doctor. Don't know what it is. It's not going away. It's been this way for a little over a week now. She thinks it's just stress related because it only hurts her when she's getting stressed. And I said, it doesn't matter, because if it's stress related, that means your heart is pumping really fast because you're stressed, and it's causing issues, especially if it's like in the neck, shoulder region. I really wish she would just go see go call our new doctor and see if she can set up a quick appointment or something like that to see somebody. But she's like me. She's, if it's something that just comes and goes, it's not a constant, she'll not worry about it. But because of our age, her being type 2 diabetic, my pre-existing health issues, or what one doctor said are genetic health issues, I don't like putting off something that's a constant problem. Speaking about medical, I got my lab results back from Quest, and slightly shocked, but not shocked, because I knew I had certain issues. My cholesterol level is it's supposed to be 150. Not mine. Mine's 1,152, which is extremely high. So I'm probably going to get put back on Lipitor to get that under control. It's actually lower than it was when we first examined it. My first medical exam in New York. It's kind of funny. I'll give you a little backstory. The backstory is, we got married and we went to get a blood testing and whatnot, because I hadn't seen a doctor in ages. Shame on me. And I should have, we started going almost on a semi-regular basis after I turned 30, which they say after you turn 40 is when you're really supposed to be watching it out. But we went, I got the blood draw and whatnot for the doctor, because that's what the doctor wanted. And then we went to go to Las Vegas to see her sister and have a mini honeymoon. And this was like a month or so after we got married. And we went out to dinner, and they called my sister-in-law's number, because we told them to call this number. This is where we'll be. Because at the time, we didn't have mobile phones. Well, we went out to dinner one night. We came back, and my sister-in-law goes, you got an emergency phone call on here. And I'm like, what? And she played it back, and they were like sounding very panicky over the phone, like, if you have any of these problems, run to the hospital, run to the emergency room if you have any chest pains. And I'm just sitting going, okay, this is freaking me out. Why are they telling me this? So when we got back from Vegas, they were like, your cholesterol and triglycerides are over 3,000. And I just kind of went, and I didn't understand the numbers. They're like, well, your numbers are basically saying that you could have a heart attack at any time. And I'm just like, what? And they explained it to me, and I just went, well, both sides of the family have pre-existing genetic cholesterol levels and blood pressure levels and all the different levels, all the different negative levels. And they're like, well, we're going to have to put you on this medication, that medication, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, great, more pills. I don't like taking pills. But now it's like, these are supposed to help me, so I got to take them. Of course, me and the way my body is my biggest concern was my immune system building a tolerance to the medication, causing toxins to be built up instead of taken away. So that's when I started getting into the medical exam studies and whatnot, and talking to Mom, and then using Native American herbal medicine or herbal knowledge and whatnot. I found out if I take cinnamon and I take this and I take that, take various types of supplementals, they'll also help. And I think that's one of the reasons why my triglycerides and my calorie or my cholesterol and all that is not back up above 2,000, is because I take all these natural herbal over-the-counter, not over-the-counter, just off-the-shelf type stuff like cinnamon and niacin, and I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but they help keep your cholesterol down. The doctor only wants me to drink, 16 ounces worth of soda. This is actually a 16-ounce bottle, so I gotta nurse this or just spend the rest of the day drinking tea, which I love tea, so it don't matter. But I looked at my Quest results, and one of the things that it was kind of shocking because I was like, oh, I did not know that could be a health concern in my bloodstream with vitamin D. I don't have enough. Now they're saying that I do take vitamin D. I guess I'm just not taking enough. So the doctor might tell me to up my dosage for vitamin D. But all that aside, I mean, there's a lot of information on there that was like all good. It was just like cholesterol was high, vitamin D was too low, triglycerides were high. There's a couple other ones that were just either just a tad too high or too low. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I don't go back to see the doctor until November or December. Unless they call us up after they get the lab results and go, you need to come in now. Or I'm prescribing you this medication, you need to go pick it up. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. I just know I'm probably going to get put on Lipitor or some other medication for my triglycerides, and possibly either a medication or some sort of new diet regimen for my cholesterol levels. But I will say this much, almost 40, well, will be 49 within a couple of days. Other than sometimes when I get stressed, I get certain kinds of aches and pains, mostly muscular. I know when I go on walks, and I have taken some, I don't walk as much as I should, but I've taken some walks, and I know that if I either walk too fast or push too hard, I do get some minor or mild chest pain. And I don't know if that's my breathing or my heart pumping too fast or too much. I don't know. I just know that I do have to watch what I'm doing and whatnot. Anywho, before I end this little conversation, and I did warn you guys it will be long. It's already been 48 minutes. I don't expect people to watch this to the end. I hope that if they are going to be, I'm hoping that if you watch this far and you continue to watch until the end, even if you just put it on play and set it off to the side, let it run its course. I know not everybody can, but I would appreciate it if you did, because you help me out that way. Anyhow, Proverbs 10:4. It says here, and this corresponds, I'm reading this because it corresponds to what basically happened Tuesday. It says here, lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Now, the reason why that kind of struck a chord with me this week is twofold. One, I work as hard as I can at my job so I can make money. The money goes for paying all my bills, and if I have a little extra, that's nice. But for these people who want to constantly call off or constantly not come to work or whatnot, Bible says it right there. You're not diligent at your work, you're not gonna make money. You're gonna be poor. But if you work hard, you're gonna make the money you need. And that's one of the other reasons why, especially right now with the holidays coming up, all the different things I have to do for my house, my health, whatnot. It costs me money. Now, I love the fact of that me and Jerry and even Mom are on this let's eat healthier type attitude and food plan and whatnot because of all the fresh produce that we got to buy and the certain kinds of meat we have to get for these recipes. Um, it's not cheap. Fresh produce and fresh fruits and vegetables cost, granted, they cost way more than a box of instant mashed potatoes or a box of hamburger helper or, basically kits for food are cheaper. But you know what? All those kits, all those box foods, all those instant mashed potatoes, instant oats, instant food, basically instant meals, they're so cram packed with artificial fillers and sugars and just they're not healthy. Oh yeah, they might have all the facts and whatnot on the side to tell you how much sugar, fat, carbohydrates, all that. It's not good for you. It basically is probably one of the biggest proponents for the early onset of arthritis or Alzheimer's or any of those medical conditions that we all can get naturally, but if we're eating healthy and whatnot, they don't happen as fast or as painful or as big of a headache they are. Um, I have been eating instant foods like Hamburger Helper and things like that for a number of years. And now that I'm on this health kick and whatnot and trying to make my life a little bit better, and I look back and I go, I would probably have very little to no pain if I didn't get onto that junk food. I probably still have most of my teeth if I didn't get onto that junk food. Um, Still one of my vices. Um, Granted, the dentist did say one of the biggest reasons why I lost my teeth at such an early age is not only the my love for citrus drinks or citrus juices, but genetically I had weak enamel, so that right there didn't help me out either. But live and learn is what I say. The only thing is I wish I had kids or people who had kids that were close to me, so I can say, hey, you might want to slow down on the candy. You might want to slow down on the juice boxes or the soda, because I'll smile and look at them and go, this is what happens. When you have too much of that, by the time you're 45, 40. I forgot when I started losing my teeth. Am I ashamed of my teeth and whatnot? Yes and no. No, in the fact that it would have eventually happened naturally over time. Yes, I could have prevented a lot of it if I had been smart. Like I said, I was young and dumb. I will say it about myself. But don't work, don't get money. Work, get money. Simple as that. I literally want to sit there and go, you like those games? You like those toys? You like your car that you bought? Who bought it for you? How did you get it? Did you get it because somebody gave you it? Did you get it because of the fact that you work hard? That's the difference. You want something, work hard, you'll get it. If you want it but you're not working hard, either A, you're not going to get it, or B, somebody's going to feel sorry for you and get it for you. That's part of the problem with the newer generations is they're the I didn't coin the phrase, somebody else did, the gimme generation. Okay, I'm a Gen Xer, born in the 70s. I was the in-between generation. You had the baby boomers who basically worked They were the pre-technological, game system, pre-cell phone, pre-personal computer generation. My generation, Generation Xers, we were the ones who slowly got into the technological stuff, the gaming systems, computer systems, the tech. The newer generations, the tech is already there. All I have to do is figure out how to use it. They're also the generations that started getting more and more free handouts, more and more free stuff. I don't remember having free stuff when I grew up. The only free stuff that I had when I was growing up was the factor that my dad was in the military and we got to go overseas. And even that wasn't free because Dad had to work for the government. I wish I was like my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law, Robert, was smart. He got into the technical aspects of computerized graphic design. And he was a freelance. He worked freelance. So he would earn $30+ an hour for doing something behind a desk on a computer. And he would work to the point where he had enough money that he can stop working for a short period of time and use the money that he had to do whatever he wanted to do. Now, from what I understood, he traveled, around the country. He went over to Europe someplace. Somebody said that he went to like Amsterdam or someplace like that. But for the most part, he didn't have a buttload of money when he passed away, because he was the type of person who would earn the money, go spend the money, come back, earn some more money, and then go spend it on whatever. Traveling, gifts, whatever. That being said, I kind of wish I was smart enough to do something like that. Smart enough to do something in the computer. I can be at home, working the computer, doing whatever I had to do, earn a bunch of money, and then be able to take some time off so I can go on holiday, as the Europeans would say. I'm not. That's fine. But I work hard enough to earn enough money to survive on. And sometimes have a little extra for whatever. This year might be a little tight for the holidays. My birthday's coming up. I've already gotten 2 birthday gifts. One was a gaming headset for when I play games from Jerry. The other one is a game that I want that, granted, won't come out until after my birthday, but I consider it part of my birthday. That's fine. Jerry suggested putting a Amazon wish list, birthday wish list, whatever, in the description box so people can buy me gifts. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. I know I've only got 5 more days to my birthday, and I'm hoping to get this video out here in the next hour or so. So I'm just going to leave this out. And it's not, I don't care. I'm not begging, I'm not asking you. But if any of you, and I want your comments before I do it, if any of you want me to put a wish list out so you can gift me something, which is totally, I don't know, I'm kind of of 2 minds of it. But give me a yes or no. In the comment box, give me a yes or no. You want to know what I would like for my birthday? I'll put it on a wish list for Amazon. If you don't care, you don't have to answer. But I kind of like to hear back from you people, if you get this far. Anyhow, I'm going to sign off because it's almost an hour. If you enjoyed this vlog, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you have a question, comment, or answer to my inquiry, go ahead and put it in the message box. If you're new to my channel and you like what you hear, or you liked what you've seen, go ahead and tap the little bell, and YouTube will let you know when I put in a new video. So until next time, God bless. Have a good day. Bye.